Minecraft. A game that consumed my childhood. Countless hours spent gathering resources, building houses, exploring lands, all for the goal of defeating the Ender Dragon. Which I haven't ever done. Try as I might, I've yet to beat Minecraft, but after nearly 10 years, I knew I had to beat the game. Mostly so my friends stopped bullying me for it.
I can't believe you haven't beaten Minecraft. I don't think we can be friends anymore.
Wow, dude. You have been content streaming for about 3 years and you still haven't beaten the game? I mean, you really are just like a basic Twitch streamer,
How have
aren't
you had this
you?
game for 10 years and still not beaten it? You're genuinely so bad at the game.
You haven't actually beaten Minecraft? That's insane.
Imagine not beating the game after 10 years.
Just beat the game. It's really not that hard, dude.
How have you never beat the game? You actually
You're an actual
suck.
loser. How have you not beaten Minecraft yet?
I just don't understand how you are so bad at the game. How have you not managed to kill the dragon in the 10 years you've been playing the game?
Yeah, this had to change. So I devised something I like to call Juno's handy dandy 3-step plan. This 3-step plan involves 3 essentials to beating Minecraft. Those include obtaining a diamond pickaxe, conquering the Nether, and finally destroying the Ender Dragon. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, we're here. So I did what any player does in their first few minutes in a new world. I chopped down a tree, I made a sword, and I murdered cows. Okay, so maybe we're off to a bit of a murderous start, but surely that wouldn't be a theme, right? I killed another for no reason. Surely after that, I'd start getting actual materials, right? Well, the answer to that was yes, I did. I made a wooden pickaxe, and I mined some cobblestone, and then I killed more animals. Okay, what the hell? After all of that senseless slaughter, I upgraded my tools to stone, and immediately killed another animal. Okay, what is going on? But for as much as this island had been giving me, I knew I couldn't stay here forever. So I rounded out my first day by making a couple furnaces, making a bed, and sleeping the night away, looking for adventure in the morning. It is now time to leave this savannah for good. As it turned out, the adventure I had been seeking was to leave the savannah biome I had spawned in. But that immediately changed when I saw this hole in the ground. Never mind, we are going caving in the savannah. And you know, this cave looked really promising. Here we go. The duality of I don't want to go caving in savannah. But then savannah gives this, but looks were deceiving. If this is a dead end, then I will restake my claim of I don't want to go caving. You've got to be kidding me. So I ended up leaving the cave. I think we could just find a different cave in a different place. You know? I have a feeling we can find something better else. But as soon as I thought I'd finally get to go on my adventure, I saw something that changed my mind. Again. Oh my god, village! Wait, hold on. Maybe we're not going anywhere anytime soon, chat. I went into the village and stole all of their hard work. Hay bales? Mine. A random bucket I found? Also mine. Their bodyguard? Dead. I even stole someone's bed. Okay, maybe that wasn't my proudest moment. And after all of that blatant crime, it was finally time to set off on my long-awaited adventure. Is that a jungle? Which was quickly cut short by me finding a cave. But it had iron. I need to make a door. After crafting the door, I finally mined what would be my first pieces of iron. Ignoring the senseless murder of the golem from earlier, that is. And now I think it is nighttime. Yeah, it's nearing nighttime. Upon realizing that the sun had once again set on my world, I gathered up my crafting table, found a suitable spot on a hill, and slept the night away. I started the next Minecraft day with a newfound purpose. I knew I needed to focus on beating this game no matter what. So I built a house. This took an hour. After that, it was finally time to get back on track and start beating the game. I once again went mining to gather the last bit of resources I would need to fight the dragon. This would result in me finally getting some armor. As, fun fact, I hadn't crafted a single bit the entire time. Full armor, baby. Not the quickest we've got full armor. How was I not dead? Despite that, I was finally making progress toward beating the game. Currently, the Nether was the biggest obstacle that stood between me and the end. But I saw the Nether as a light work. We could go try to speedrun the Nether. What was I thinking? Despite thinking the Nether would be stupidly easy, I did have one good idea. I could get enough obsidian to make a portal in, like, the Nether. So I could just, as soon as I get all the blaze rods, build a portal there, hop out. Which might not be the worst strategy, to be honest. With my survival rate in the Nether. The Nether had been the most challenging part of every other attempt I've had, so the fact I was thinking of a way to make it easier was amazing. It's just that this plan would take longer to set up and would involve me crafting a diamond pickaxe. Luckily for me, though, I wouldn't have to wait too long to find my first diamond in the world. I thought that was diamond for a second. I was gonna freak out. Oh my god. First diamond of the game. Let's go. After some exploring, I found the last 2 diamonds I would need to make my pickaxe. This would finally complete step 1 of my handy dandy 3-step plan. I then ran around the cave for a bit before flooding a lava lake and beginning the process of mining up all of the obsidian. Mining all of that obsidian was a painstaking task, but I knew I would be safer for it in the long run. I made my way back up to the surface and built the Nether portal right next to my house. This was a personal achievement for me, as this was probably the most gear I've ever had going into the Nether. All that was left to do was to actually enter the dimension and find the fortress, which would complete step 2 of my handy dandy 3-step plan. No way! I spawned so close to a fortress. This was probably the luckiest I have ever been in terms of Nether spawns. So I went back to the overworld to gather some more blocks, my reaction being filled with pure joy. We are basically next to that fortress. Oh, that's so hype. Oh, that's hype. Oh, that's hype. After all the blocks were gathered, the plan was simple. Attack the fortress. Okay, we're here. But this was probably the most nerve-wracking part of the entire journey thus far, as one wrong step meant I could have lost everything I had just spent hours collecting. Wait, okay. One's down. Get that skeleton out of here. Got one! Got one! I had a blaze rod! But almost as soon as I had obtained it, tragedy struck. No! Being killed wasn't exactly a huge setback, as I was able to get my stuff back pretty quickly, so I re-geared and decided to go fight blazes once again. 6! Okay, 2 more! 2 more! 2 more! 2 more! 2 more! I had 6 blaze rods, but I wanted to get 8 to have 16 Eyes of Ender, just in case I got stupidly unlucky finding the end portal later on. We got him! We got him! Oh! I needed to cut my celebration short, though, because I needed to make a mad dash for a corner and begin building my portal back home. I had completed step 2 of the handy dandy 3-step plan in record time. So when I made it back to my home, I decided to have a little nap in my bed. The next Minecraft day, I was locking in. I used the diamonds I had left over to make an enchantment table and a diamond sword. Later on that day, I made a little enchantment table setup as well. All of this setup brought me to only really needing a few more items to beat the game, the most important of which being ender pearls. So I traveled pretty far out to a cave where endermen spawned, and all seemed well, but as I tried fighting endermen for pearls, tragedy would strike again. I didn't mean to die. I made a mad dash for my stuff, not even thinking about getting temporary gear, but not getting that temporary gear ended up causing numerous setbacks, and by the time I was able to reach my things again, everything had despawned. No, my stuff is gone! But I wasn't letting things end there. I put far too much into this just to give up now at what was essentially the final hurdle. I just had to get my gear back. How hard could that be? Turns out very, because again and again, I just kept dying. This was awful. Horrible even. I feared I'd never beat the game. But I pushed through, got geared up again, and went to the Nether for the final time in hopes of a warped forest. Warped forest! And I got the forest, meaning it was time to conquer the Nether. Again. After some traveling, we were finally there, and my immediate reaction pretty much tells the entire story of how ecstatic I was. Yes! Yes! I'm gonna beat the game, I'm gonna beat the game, chat, I'm gonna beat the game, chat, I'm gonna beat the game. I had slaughtered many endermen, and I got 15 pearls. Though I said earlier my goal was 16 Eyes of Ender, meaning I needed 16 pearls. And with my sword being this low on durability, it literally came down to these 2 Endermen. I got it! I got it! And it happened. Step 2 was complete once more. We're done. We're done in here. We're done in here. I'm gonna try my best. Oh, we're back out. We're out. We're out. We're out. It was a long journey home, but once I was back there, all I had to do was turn the blaze rods into blaze powder and the pearls into Eyes of Ender. We got 16 eyes! Ah! After crafting the eyes, I decided to get some last minute gear like another diamond sword, a diamond chestplate, and a diamond helmet, just to ensure that this would finally be the world where I would kill the dragon. I was on my way to find the stronghold for the very first time on my own, and after a decent bit of ocean mining... Oh, it is! Oh, it is! Oh! I had found it. This was almost it. Years of playing the game led to this. I couldn't mess up now. I wouldn't mess up now. I made a mad dash to the portal room, and once I found it, I knew it was time. I found it! And the only thing left to do was light the portal. This was it. 10 years of playing the game. 10 years of failing over and over again. It was all going to change as soon as I jumped into this portal. It was finally time to do the one thing that had eluded my entire Minecraft journey. There's no turning back now. Uh-oh. And I was there. I made it over to the end island as quickly as I could and proceeded to entirely miss taking down the first crystal. I missed that one entirely. I then proceeded to miss again, and again, and again. This was looking terrible. I had used up about half my arrows and I hadn't taken down a single crystal. So I resorted to a method I knew would work and began towering up the pillars. Once up there, I got my first crystal. How close do I have to be to it? Then I proceeded to immediately die. Yeah, maybe step 3 of the handy dandy 3-step plan was going to be a lot harder than I thought. That would end up being a constant. I would destroy a crystal, but die an embarrassing death, until finally only one crystal stood in my way. And just like that, I was in this fight for real. I prepared myself for the fight of a lifetime. I waited for the dragon to perch, hoping to land some hits with my sword, when tragedy struck. I was flung hundreds of blocks into the sky. Surely this was it. Surely I would die here again. Oh! But I didn't die. We were back in this thing until I was swiftly reminded by a few Endermen who I happened to be. My end fight ended up being a bunch of waiting around as I didn't bring enough arrows and this dragon never wanted to perch, thus never giving me a fighting chance. It became a battle of will. Who wanted victory more? Who was willing to wait out the other? All I needed was one final perch, and I got it. Perch, you beta male! As I'm attacking the dragon here, my 10-year journey was flashing in my mind. A decade of playing this game, a decade of waiting for this moment finally happening right here, right now. And all I needed was one last hit. Yes! I had finally done it. Step 3 of the handy dandy 3-step plan was done. I had beaten Minecraft all by myself after so many years. All that was left was to collect the spoils of war and head home. And just like that, it was over. A journey nearly a decade in the making was finally over. I had slain the dragon on my own. A goal that I had for myself when I was 10 years old finally was completed at 20. Which is really sad now that I'm saying it out loud. But I could finally sit back and watch the end credits, hearing the universe talk about just me for the first time. And the universe said many things. The universe said you have played the game well. And the universe said you are the daylight. And the universe said you are the night. And the universe said you are not alone. And the universe said I love you. And the universe said, there you are.